actually, I do think that we need faster tech, but it can't just be faster tech. It has to be everything else. So it's a combination of speed, decentralization, reliability, security, all of that bundled into one. So Monad is one of those solutions that was created in a very different way.
Today's episode is brought to you by Trustless Media, pioneering the first way to bid, win, and trade ad space as NFTs in your favorite creators. You can bid now to unlock ads just like this in Coinage or other premium creators like The Rollup or Thinking Crypto at a 90% discount. Head to auction.trustless.media to bid on ads today and even get paid if you get outbid. All right, Eunice, it's all come down to this. The day is finally here. Monad out and live. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Zach.
Yeah, a lot has gone into this. I guess first, I just want to ask you about how it's been for you to finally reach this moment.
A little bit surreal, to be honest. I mean, we've been working on Monad for over 3.5 years. So to finally be here, and I can't tell you how many times we were like, mainnet's just around the corner, maybe the next corner, but here we are. It feels good.
I guess, in terms of explaining it to everybody else, we've had so many conversations around you don't need faster tech, and I think the way that you've built this isn't just faster tech. So what's kind of the main thing that you tell people about what you're most excited about?
Totally, yeah. Well, actually, I do think that we need faster tech, but it can't just be faster tech. It has to be everything else. And so if we think about the ethos behind crypto in and of itself, like decentralization at its core is what makes blockchain technology unique. So it's a combination of speed, decentralization, reliability, security, all of that bundled into one. So Monad is one of those solutions that was created in a very different way. The entire tech stack was built entirely from scratch. So new technology, new execution layer, new consensus layer, new database even, but still adheres to the requirements of the Ethereum virtual machine. So best of both worlds.
I was just thinking back to our interview with Keone. I think at this point it would have been like years ago, so still earlier on. But I mean, the way you guys are launching this, I just need to commend you for kind of all the effort that's gone into, I guess, awareness for one thing and tackling that in a unique way, but then also now distribution. Talk to me a little bit about what went into the Coinbase operation here, because I think it's unique in the way that it's now been launched.
Yeah, definitely. I think for that, we were really excited about the proposition of being able to have Mon be distributed in the hands of so many and have a public sale that was as equitable and diverse as possible in terms of participants. So it proved to be a unique opportunity to have Mon in the hands of US retail. We found that super exciting, and it's also part of the ethos of crypto, decentralized, distributed. So it's just something that we felt very compelled by when talking to Coinbase and knowing that they also were very deliberate about their tactics on launching new products.
The funny thing too about a launch as a founder is, and I'm sure you might agree, is that like everyone looks at the launch as like, okay, you've launched this, now it's done, it's out. But it's almost kind of just like a new starting point that you now have. Yeah. So how do you look at that in terms of what's to come after it's out and live?
Yes, yeah. And I like to say that Monad on day one, mainnet is just V0. It's just the start. We've actually analogized this within Monad Foundation as well. All of the work that has been done up until now has just been like the pre-race, and we're running a marathon. We just crossed the start line. So now's the time when we're getting going, getting into race pace, trying to find like that peak pace. Everything that happened before was just prep. So there's a lot of milestones ahead. Some of those milestones include more onboarding, new types of use cases that come on board. And then beyond that, there's a lot of improvements that we're looking forward to having be a part of the Monad blockchain itself. Thinking about privatized transactions, for example. And one of the more recent technical additions was the just-in-time compiler. So there's going to be more and more things like that come on-chain that continue to expand its utility.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big point in terms of pairing, I think, the way and the strategy you guys have taken to kind of include retail and then also the tech and usability that appeals to institutions. I mean, when it comes to maybe learnings of launches before, is there something that stands out in the way that you guys wanted to make sure you got a piece right that maybe others didn't?
Yeah, with the launch, I mean, I think it's important that there are things to do on chain immediately because sometimes you only have one impression to get it right. And so one of the things we were hopeful to ensure was that all of the things that you can do on chain now, on any other chain, you'd be able to do on Monad day one as well. And then hopefully expand from there with like things that you can't do on other chains too.
A disclosure, I think, in terms of myself, because you guys tried to activate a bunch of community members, people who are active on crypto Twitter. I think that was me as well. So I need to say that there is an allocation for just a normal crypto user. So thank you in terms of, I guess, as someone who's in the community, taking that approach. But then also, I guess, from here, if we were to look at 2026, the biggest goal that Eunice has to achieve, what would it be for you to make sure that Monad got this one checkbox correct?
Yeah, reaching a net new audience.
Okay.
So there's already pretty well-defined and developed use cases for the crypto natives. For those of us who are already crypto familiar, who use
who have
crypto.
gone through the pains of still being here through many cycles.
Yes, exactly. And we keep talking about, okay, well, the next onboarding of the next million, next billion, whatever it may be, is just around the corner. Well, I would like for us to see that transition point actually happen. Where I think that might be is within more institutional adoption. And that might be through some combination of RWAs or other types of on-chain mechanisms, but that's where I see the future going.
You and I just got off of a panel talking about things kind of writ large and RWAs and institutional adoption, but I want to ask you personally, Eunice, in terms of as a founder going through all this, because you guys, I think, kind of have been building through administration changes, rule changes, almost everything. I mean, for you personally, was there a low point in the trajectory to get here where you're like, yeah, this is tough?
I think we've been able to just focus on the tech and just like tackling the hard problem. That in and of itself has obviously taken 3.5 years, and so the thing that we focused on is like doing things differently and doing things well. And those two things were difficult enough for us to just focus on that problem. And I'm reticent to say that like we solved it, but we're definitely in a spot where we feel excited to share what Monad blockchain can look like and how that'll transform the on-chain world.
And similar to that question, I guess, there's always decisions that a founder needs to make, that a team needs to make, leadership, kind of figuring out what are the trade-offs we want to make. You guys have kind of, again, when it comes to permissionless systems and like where you think the puck is going to be, saying is always skate to where the puck's going to be. So what do you think about kind of those trade-offs as you made them around the EVM and kind of, again, leaning into permissionlessness that appeals to everybody?
Yeah, the nice part about rebuilding the EVM stack was that we knew exactly what the puck, where the goal was and where the puck should go. Like, it's making sure that all of the, like full compatibility. And the more interesting part was like how we could get that done, like what types of optimizations could be fit into the solution. I have really amazing co-founders. Both Keone Han and James Hunsaker came from the HFT world. So it's like an HFT built blockchain, super efficient, super fast, super performant. And so that's where we get the parallel execution. That's where we get the asynchronous execution and a new, Monad BFT. Mm-hmm. It's like all of these things into one, knowing that like, I think it's more about like accelerating where we know the puck is going to go rather than like trying to build towards where we think the puck is going to go.
Well, leaning into those things again is like you don't have an infinite amount of resources, infinite amount of time. So it's partially, I think, the founder life is trying to figure out where to best spend your resources.
Yeah.
I guess to conclude, since now we're here and it's live, looking back on everything for you personally, like what are you most proud of? Because I know, we interview a lot of people who have tried to do this.
Yeah.
Myself, building is never as easy as it looks from the outside. So I mean, the fact that you've gotten here and you've done it with your team, what has made Eunice the most proud?
Yeah, I think it's the fact that the mission has never changed. From the very beginning, we knew that EVM was the play and performance at its core was also the play. And marrying those two together from, taking the past histories and learnings and experiences from dealing with microsecond transactions in HFT and bringing that design scope into crypto, which was seeing seconds in execution, or maybe milliseconds in execution. Like, that's orders of magnitude different. We're bridging that gap of performance, technology, and usability for blockchain. So the design space there is now open, and I'm really excited to see what's to come.
Well, thank you so much I know this is a hot room after DuneCon and we kept you a little bit, but thank you so much for chatting with us, and congrats again.
It's a great time. Thanks, Zach.